my function. You can see how I smartly highlighted everything. You can see how I smartly highlighted everything. I will take that again. So we want to count the number of cells we have in this data. Okay, we want to count the number of cells we have in these data sets. All right, so it means I will highlight to the right, highlight downward. I will highlight to the right and highlight downward. So I will click on the first cell, which is A2. I will click on the first cell, which is A2. Okay, hold my control, hold my shift. I want to highlight to the right. I want to highlight to the right. Sube, I'm taking it again. All right. I click on the first cell, which is A2. You can see A2 there. Then I want to highlight to the right-hand side. I will hold my control, hold my shift. All right. Then the fourth directional key, the one facing the right, the arrow facing right, I will punch it once. It highlights to the right. I am still holding my control and my shift. I want to highlight downward. I will punch the arrow facing down. You can see I have smartly highlighted everything there. Then I will close my function. So if you look at what I have in that cell, if you look at what I have there, is equals to count A2 to C11. It means it will start counting from A2 until it gets to C11. So when I hit my enter button, what we have is what? 20. We have 20. So the number of cells that contains numeric data type here is 20. We have 20. Please, is that clear enough? Do we understand that? Do we understand that? Let's communicate in the chat. Is it clear enough? Is it appropriate? Good. Now you can see that this column A that contains student name, it skips it because it is they are alphabets. It only counted skull in maths and what? Skull in English. All right. So everybody, let's do that. All right. He said count 11. Okay. It told you count 11. Now that word count is not a function. I don't know if you understand. That is why I said you should. If I ask you how many students do we have, how many students do we have here? You said 10. It is 10 students' name. All right. Maybe what you did, you highlighted this student's name along with it. When we say student name, we are talking about Emily, Lim, Sophia, Noah. Those are the students' name. This student's name is a placeholder. Let me use that word. Is a placeholder. So if you want to count naturally, all right, you don't count this student's name. However, because it is a content in these sheets, okay, the count you have in that status bar that Mike is talking about, because it is a content that is entered, all right, it was recognized. I don't even understand what I'm talking about, Mike. It was recognized.
Yeah.
Okay, because it was entered, it was recognized. However, if I tell you, Mike, how many students do we have here? You will not count this student name as a name of students. You will not do that. You will start from rule 2, right? But because that student name was entered, that is why the count under status recognize it as the number of entry, what was entered. Okay, so that count you have there is not a function. It's not a function called count. It is a word that is used to describe what is being done, not a function called count. So do you understand me very well now? What was done, the action that was done. The action was done was count. So it returned what was counted. Okay, but in this one we are doing, this 20, what it does that it only returns what was entered that is a number. Okay, please let's not miss it. Okay, now what I want us to do is this. I said go to column A5. A5. This is A5. Delete what is there. Delete what is there and I want you to put 100. Once you've entered 100, once you put 100, hit enter. Tell me what you have in your total number. Okay, I said go to cell A5. I want you to delete what is there. Put 100. Then hit enter. Tell me what you have. Good. You can see Emmanuel says 21. Now you can see the dimension of where I'm going to. As far as that cell has number, contains number, it will count it. Okay, it will count it. Now there is something called alphanumeric. There is something called alphanumeric. Alphanumeric is, it is not a number, it is not an alphabet. It's a combination of both. For example, your passport number. Your passport number is made up of number and alphabet. So this count function does not recognize such. Okay? Now, another thing I want you to do is this. Right? What I want you to do is this. I want you to go to cell C11. Cell C11. Go to cell C11. Delete what is there. Go to cell C11. Delete what is there. All right? And put the @ symbol. You know your @ symbol at Gmail. That @ symbol. Put that @ symbol and hit enter. Tell me what you have as your total number. Right, Joyce said 20. It has gone back to once somebody say Abraham said 19. Mike said 20. Okay, maybe Abraham did not do the first thing we asked him to do. That's why he's getting 19. All right, so it's going to be 20. All right, awesome. It's going to be 20. So that tells you that the count does not count cell that contains symbol. Okay, now another thing I want us to do is this. Go to cell B9, B for ball, B9. Delete what is there. Don't put anything there. Hit enter. Tell me what you have your total number. Go to cell B9. Delete what is there. Don't put anything. Just hit enter. Tell me what you have. 19. Beautiful. You have demonstrated something today. And what have you demonstrated? You have demonstrated that this count function only counts cell that contains numbers alone. It does not count cell that contains symbol. It does not count cell that contains text. It does not count cell that is empty. That is what count does. As I said, I use it for data exploratory. I have a large data set. I want to find out how many cells that has numbers that were entered in that data set. I will use counts. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this count, we said that this counts return the number of cells that contains number alone. All right, we've dealt seriously on it. So what